What's going on, guys? This is a snippet of one of our coaching calls going over how we niche down, why you should niche down, and what the difference between niching in a market versus a method is, and the benefits to each one of those.
Absolutely. Good questions, guys. Anything else? Anything I can rant on? Just general questions?
Yeah, I've got one for you. Your system is very much niche is so important, and it makes sense. It really does. The whole thing that you guys have built here is focused on becoming the expert go-to person for whatever type of content, for a dentistry or whatever it is. So we're where we've started to kind of find our feet of what we're really kind of good at is aligning brands. First key there. Second key would be building strategic content that brings in leads, right? Okay, so you can do that for you can be the main dentist, content creators or whatever in the DFW area, whatever that means, or hire teams and do it all over the US. But at what point, do you say like, okay, we're not going to only focus on this? Is your strategy or the method behind why you're saying what you're saying, is it because people need to start somewhere? Or are you saying, is kind of your philosophy, no, you need to stay in that vein for as long as you possibly can? Because obviously we work with all sorts of clients, like which I get that if you're a brand new agency or company, you might only have one or two contacts that you kind of warm leads with, right? So you might want to stick to that field, right? However, for us, it's like, well, we have all sorts of stuff. So, what's your? I'm assuming you're going to rant on this. I just wanted to hear what's your gut level tell you.
For sure. So there's two different things, right? You can either niche down in the market or the method. So those are the two different ones. So you either have a very specific method, so something that you have a very specific system for getting businesses leads using your brand accelerator, video method, whatever, right? Yep. Then you can go broader on the market. Now, or if you don't have that specific, we call it a unique mechanism. If you don't have that, then you go more specific on the market and actually targeting, saying, hey, we just create video for dentists, right? Or medical companies. Now, if you really want to get crazy with it, then you have a unique mechanism for a specific market and you're very narrow. Now, the reason we want to pick one or the other is because when you're running ads, you have to be specific to the avatar. Now, this doesn't mean that your homepage can't have a bunch of different types of industries on it, but if you're going to be running an ad to a funnel to book a call, it needs to be either specific method or a specific market, or both, right? For it to actually be effective. What we found is like, you can't just run an ad where you're like, hey, we shoot video for businesses, which is two broad things. Right. Nobody's going to click on it because it's not differentiating. Okay. So yeah, go ahead.
I'm totally with you, locked in on that. And that's kind of been our takeaway, is like, well, we have our main page. That's, the brand and content creation page, right? The home page. Look at this agency. Woohoo. This is our specific method. We walk you through our arrow method and blah, 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 blah. But then as far as the targeted ads, it's like, all right, well, we're going to have 3 targeted ads going, one aiming at this particular field, one aiming at this field, and they're all going to go to different landing pages that cater to those. That's kind of been our takeaway, is kind of reshape.
I would pick one first before you start doing 3, because then you're optimizing 3 different funnels with like hundreds of different variables and hundreds of different things, and it becomes very complex very quick. I would pick one. Which one has the highest lifetime value? So which customer pays you the most, and then pick that one and go all in on that one.
Okay, sick, love it.
Because because what you were talking about, having either the market or the method, we have our method, and that's the way we're going to build our VSL, was based on that method, which does appeal to several different kinds of businesses.
Right. Yeah. And that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The reason I tell people to pick one or the other is because, like, there has to be fundamentally something different about you than other people in the marketplace. Otherwise you look the same, and then you get stuck in comparison and you get stuck into like commoditized pricing, where it's like, if I just look at like a bunch of accountants, because we were talking about that, like if all of them are kind of the same and one of them charges like $5,000 and one of them charges $2,000, exactly the same, I'm going to go with the one that charges $2,000, right? With all things being equal. But if I have a bunch of accountants and then there's one that uses this specific tax strategy that helps me save hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on taxes, I'm going to go with that one, and he can charge a premium, right? So those are the two things. Is like you can charge a premium and you can eliminate competition when you niche down in the market or the method, because it's a thing that other people have not heard of technically, right? So that's the thought process there.
Love it.
Cool.
If you want to learn more about how we help video businesses scale, click the link down below this video and apply for a demo with our team, and we'd be happy to chat with you to see if we can help.